Whoa. I know this is coming a little bit late because technically this happened like last night, but I was sleeping. And I figured today, a nice Saturday, we got some spring training games on. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the major moves that happened yesterday, including the big one of the biggest free agents of the 2022 offseason. Carlos Correa has signed with the Minnesota Twins. Who saw that coming? I mean, you can't honestly say you saw Carlos Correa signing with the Minnesota Twins at any point this offseason. They trade for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Then they traded him for Giovanni Urshela and Gary Sanchez. And then they bring in Carlos Correa. Interesting move. Of course, we're going to talk about that as well as all the details because the details of his contract are extremely interesting and extremely important when talking about why the Twins were able to sign a guy like Carlos Correa and why they did sign him. We also have Nick Castellanos going to the Philadelphia Phillies, who are just building a juggernaut of a lineup. They're like, hey, we're just going to score so many runs. That's how we're going to win. We're just simply going to score more than you, which sounds simple, but the defense is going to be about as bad as a Major League Baseball team has ever seen. The Braves went out and signed Kenley Jansen out of nowhere because of course they did. They're the Atlanta Braves. They don't have leaks. They're just trying to get better and build a team that is looking to repeat again as World Series champions. And really the last domino that we're waiting to fall in terms of the big free agents is Trevor Story. Is he going to the Red Sox? Is he going to the Yankees? Is he going to the Astros? Where is Trevor Story going? I'll go over all the moves that did happen as well as the Trevor Story rumors in today's video. So if you guys have not yet dropped a like on the video, it really does help support the channel. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the content coming at you. That little red sub button, click it, join the team. Get in the comments section down below. Give me your thoughts and opinions on all the moves happening. I'm going to be replying to comments all day. So if you want to interact with me, that's a great way to do it. And make sure you follow me on all my social media at GiraffeNeckMarc. Link is in the description. So let's start it off with the absolutely just mind-boggling move that was Carlos Correa signing with the Minnesota Twins that happened at about 2 a.m. last night Eastern time. Correa signed a 3-year, $105.3 million contract, and that sounds like a ton of money, but here's the catch. There's an opt-out after every single year in the contract, so he can opt out after the first season, he can opt out after the second, and if he does stay for a third, of course, he's a free agent at the end of that. So really, this is more like an NFL contract than we've ever seen in Major League Baseball, and that Carlos Correa has the opportunity to become a free agent, honestly, whenever he wants. If he has a good season again in 2022 and he thinks he's going to go get paid more, he can opt out and go to free agency again. Or if he gets hurt or if he has a down year, he has another year to prove himself to hit the market again, still going to be under the age of 30, and he has an opportunity to get paid. And then if it doesn't work out, oh no, 3 years, $105 million. I feel so bad for Carlos Correa. Whatever will he do? This is an awesome, interesting move by the Minnesota Twins. This is an awesome, interesting move by Carlos Correa because technically I think next year he is the highest paid shortstop in all of Major League Baseball, which of course, Scott Boras, it's a little chip on his shoulder. That's something that he does with all his players. He's going to get you paid, and technically he broke records with Carlos Correa, the most money a shortstop's ever gotten paid in a single season. The Twins are happy because the Twins needed a shortstop badly. I know that they brought Giovanni Urshela in, but he's their third baseman. Nick Gordon, a couple of the younger guys could play shortstop, but now you get to keep Jorge Polanco at second, where he belongs. Luis Arias gets to be the super utility, which is where he belongs, and you get one of the best shortstops in all of Major League Baseball to play there every single day for the next year at the minimum, 3 at the maximum. I think this is a really smart move by the Twins. They were able to take Josh Donaldson's contract, give him to the New York Yankees, and then get the guy the Yankees were initially going after in Carlos Correa. It was a 1,000 IQ play. Like, if you're a Yankee fan, you're probably punching the air a little bit here. Like, Donaldson and Kiner-Falefa are actually going to be good players. They're going to help this Yankees team. But the idea that the team that traded you those players was able to go get the guy that you wanted in Carlos Correa, just rubs salt in the wound. I think that's so funny. And I think it's pretty evil by the Minnesota Twins. That was a really good job by their front office, as well as this contract allows the Twins, if they're not in it, if they want to go ahead and try and rebuild or get some prospects in, this is a movable contract. If the Twins want to, they can trade Carlos Correa at any point this year, and there are going to be plenty of takers. Like, this is a contract that teams are probably interested in. If you're a team that's looking to win right now, this is a contract that isn't too scary because if Carlos Correa is playing well and you are a team that's trying to win now, he's going to hit free agency, so you're not tied up for the next 3 years to $105 million. This is really smart. Like, overall, what the Twins did is something that I think we're going to see a lot of teams do moving forward and possibly even examine with a guy like Trevor Story this offseason. Give them a ton of money, let them get paid, and give them opt-outs. Give them the opportunity to choose whether or not they want to stay with your team or move somewhere else. For a 27-year-old Carlos Correa, this was like the perfect deal right now, which is kind of crazy to say because if you told me before the offseason that Carlos Correa, 1, would sign with the Minnesota Twins, I would have thought you're crazy. And then 2, sign a shorter-term contract, I would have thought, no way with the full offseason. But with the lockout, we know everything changed. Carlos Correa didn't have as much time to sign a mega contract. Still get paid $35 million this upcoming season, so it's no slouch. Some serious money there. But go figure, he is not the top-paid shortstop on the market in terms of total money, even though he was the best shortstop on the entire entire market, in my opinion. And when you look at what Carlos Correa did last year, he's worth the $35 million if he plays like he did in 2021, which was really the first time we've seen him play a healthy season since 2016. So that's kind of always the fear with Carlos Correa, is his health. He really hasn't been able to put together a full healthy season. Technically 2020 he did, but it was a 60-game season, so like that's not a huge accomplishment. But last year in 2021, 148 games, 26 homers, 34 doubles, 92 RBIs, hitting .279 with a .366 on base, .485 slugging, and an .850 OPS. Now, it wasn't his best season OPS-wise. He had a couple 900 OPS seasons sprinkled in there, but he finished 5th in MVP voting. He won a Gold Glove. He won a Platinum Glove, and that's where his game really elevated. Is defensively, Carlos Correa was disgusting. He finally became this full, well-rounded player that we were expecting, and we saw it in 2021 because at the plate, he was great. In the field, he was great. On the base paths, he was great. Overall, Carlos Correa had a really strong year. I mean, he had a 7 WAR according to Baseball Reference. That is an MVP category kind of player, and the Twins are getting one. A Twins team that is kind of close to competing. Once they trade Kiner-Falefa and Donaldson, you're like, okay, well, maybe they're just not going to be that good. Maybe they'll just be right around 500. They brought in Sonny Gray, helps their starting rotation. You bring in Carlos Correa. This is going to be a team competing for a playoff spot, especially in a weak AL Central where it's kind of up for grabs. I think the White Sox are still definitely the best team right now on paper, and I expect them to win, but that second place spot is up for grabs between them and the Guardians, maybe even the Tigers and Royals if they want to get crazy. And I think the Twins have a slight edge here. 1 or 2 more pitchers here can do this rotation wonders. Sonny Gray was a great pickup. Joe Ryan's going to be awesome. Just getting 1 more guy would really help push them over the top, I think, right now in terms of legit contenders in the AL Central. But anytime you grab a player like Carlos Correa, who's going to be an MVP candidate or at least one of the 5 best shortstops in the league in a given year, is a huge, huge plus to this team, is a huge upgrade. And I do truly believe Carlos Correa is going to have a bigger impact than Donaldson and IKF would have combined. So I really like this move by the Minnesota Twins. It's a really, really good job by their front office. And then let's talk about Nick Castellanos going to the Philadelphia Phillies, joining Kyle Schwarber this offseason in what is going to be an absolutely loaded offense. I talked about it when Schwarber signed. Front loaded for sure. Their top 6 is going to be among some of the best in Major League Baseball. Gene Segura, Kyle Schwarber, Nick Castellanos, JT Realmuto, Bryce Harper, Rhys Hoskins. That's pretty disgusting. There is a massive, massive drop-off, though. Their last 3 are kind of automatic outs. I don't want to say automatic outs, but they're definitely not as good as those top 6. And you're looking at Didi Gregorius, who it really should be Bryson Stott, but it'll be Didi, Alec Boehm, and Odubel Herrera / Adam Hazley / Matt Vierling / whoever is actually going to play center field for this team. Offensively, they're going to score a ton of runs. On the pitching side, they still have Wheeler, who might have a little bit of a setback come opening day. His shoulder's a little bit sore, so we'll see how that goes. But it seems like he shouldn't be out for an extended period of time, if any. Aaron Nola, of course, is still one of the best pitchers in baseball, top 25 in my eyes. Ranger Suarez, of course, whenever he gets ready to pitch, will be very good. We saw him pitch about 100 innings last year of really top quality baseball. Kyle Gibson, solid arm. Zach Eflin, solid arm. The major concern, though, here is that the Phillies' defense is going to be possibly one of the worst we've ever seen in Major League Baseball. At every single position besides catcher, they are below average defensively. And maybe Gene Segura is probably average defensively at second base. It is going to be hard for them to play perfect defense behind their pitchers. They are going to need a lot of strikeouts. They're going to need a lot of easy pop-ups, a lot of soft ground balls. But the way that their offense is set up, they're going to score a ton of runs, and you are really, I know this is going to be weird to say, but you're truly going to have to outscore the Phillies to beat them. But it might not be as hard as you think because of how bad their defense is going to be. There are going to be a lot of innings that go a lot longer than they should have because this defense is going to be awful. But I got to say this, as a guy who loves to see the long ball, as a guy who loves offense first, and I've been hurt many of times by Mets teams who did not have good offense, this is dangerous. This team is definitely dangerous. I'm still not scared of the Phillies just because, of course, the Philadelphia Phillies are a 4th place team. I'm never going to stop with that meme. But the Phillies are definitely better than I thought they were going to be. Would I have spent this money on Schwarber, Castellanos? No. I probably would have gone after Bryant, Story, some of those other players. Even looking at the deal that Carlos Correa got, 3 years, $105 million as opposed to 5 for $100 for Nick Castellanos. Like, why not go after Carlos Correa? They got better, but they could have been really, 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 really scary, dangerous if they got a Trevor Story at shortstop, or if they got a Chris Bryant for third base, or if they got Carlos Correa, or if they went after Corey Seager, or even if they went after one of those guys and added in like a Michael Conforto to the lineup, or went after a center fielder or something. This Phillies team's good. I don't think they're actual complete ass like I thought they were in the past, but I still don't think they're in that same echelon right now as the Mets and the Braves, because the Braves have been making some moves to get even further away from the Mets. I think they've kind of separated themselves right now from the New York Mets as the best team in the National League East, and the Mets are definitely a step above, I think, the Philadelphia Phillies. And then, oh yeah, Nick Castellanos, he's sick. He's disgusting. That's what I really wanted to talk about here is Nick Castellanos. He's sick. 5 years, $100 million. He's going to hit forever, so it really doesn't matter. Put him next to the lineup with Schwarber and Harper. It's going to be a really, really hard 3 guys to get out. And then back to the Atlanta Braves here. Of course, they sneakily signed Kenley Jansen last night on a 1-year, $16 million deal to go into that bullpen that was very much improved last year. Now, is that going to stick? I'm not sold just yet. Will Smith is a heart attack waiting to happen. Luke Jackson shouldn't be as good as he was. There's a lot of things that went well for the Braves bullpen, but I will give them this. They got the job done when it counted. They were able to pitch out of tough situations. A guy like Tyler Matzik was absolutely disgusting, and they've made a conscious effort to get better by bringing in a guy like Kenley Jansen as well as Colin McHugh. So the bullpen, while I definitely had doubts about it last year, and I still had doubts about it going into this year, it's improved. Colin McHugh and Kenley Jansen are 2 very, very good relievers who lengthen out this bullpen, who take some of the pressure off of these arms, and will make this team a whole lot harder to beat. They have good players. They have a good team. I think they probably are still the best team in the National League East. If the Mets want to go anywhere, of course, it has to go through the Atlanta Braves. I've been saying it for years. If you can't beat the Braves, you can't win the NL East. And it feels like the Braves are really retooling, really getting stronger because they know this Mets team's pushing and the Phillies are pushing as well, and the Marlins might not even be that bad. So this National League East is going to be really fun to watch. It's going to be extremely competitive. Great pickup getting Kenley Jansen for the Braves. Adds that security in the bullpen. Adds another arm that's going to be dangerous with that nasty cutter. A lot of different arms, a lot of different pitches, a lot of different looks. The Braves are going to be good, and they get Ronald Acuna back. Plus, Matt Olson's pretty good. I don't know if you heard of the guy. He's pretty disgusting. This team's going to be scary, and the division is going to be competitive and fun to watch. But, please, Mets. One more move. One more move. I don't know what it is. One more move, though. So those are the moves I missed the last day or so, the last 24 hours. I'd love to know what you guys think about all the moves I talked about down in the comments section below. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as well as subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content. Follow me on all my social media at GiraffeNeckMarc. Links in the description. That's where I'm wrapping up today's video. If you guys did not see my video talking about Freddie Freeman and Chris Bryant signing, click this one right here. And this is my video with Foolish Baseball. Buy or sell. You don't want to miss it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.